to take down the behemoth that is SK Telecom.
It also means they need to stop making stupid mistakes in the early game.
Pointing it out, huh, Spawn? There it is, calling out RNG in the early game, but I definitely do agree because it's been a bit of a mess, especially from MLXG. He's on Lee Sin again. Time to get some revenge for him. I actually think RNG's draft is much better now than it was last game. We see the same bot lane 2v2. We see the Aurelion Soul now. Kennen is such a good top laner as well. I think there's a lot of positives now for them.
There is indeed. Right now, Royal never give up. They're invading into the jungle. Over on Riot Games 2, it is a Fog of War stream, but from the position of RNG, it could be the Nightmare stream. It could be a nightmare because Uzi's in trouble. Uzi's going to get face to face with Faker. Malefic Visions is ticking down. 300 hit points, flash and heal. And I got a bit too excited, a bit too early. Uzi survived.
Yeah, sadly for SKT, it's a little bit too early to get the damage down. Uzi can still recall and get back to lane full HP. Wolf can do the same. So nothing really major is going to happen. But look at 2 wards placed by RNG on top side. They're looking to invade and try and find Blank and Duke. See if they can pull off a surprise. 2 wards here, 1 on red buff, 1 on the crooks. Sneaky, sneaky.
Looking at vision, SKT can't see Royal just yet. That invade earlier.
They need the camp to spawn first and have SKT go onto the camp, and then you try and jump them.
Oh, this could make or break it. This could make or break it. Sonic Wave doesn't find a target. Blank's continuing to back away. Krugs are going to reset. Sonic Wave this time finds Duke. And Looper and MLXG, all they do is zone away the duo of SKT.
And that's really interesting because Elise without a leash actually jungles one of the healthiest in the game. So the fact that that went awry is bad news.
Oh, big damage. Once again, Jin Zyra versus Ezreal Karma. It's a lane matchup we've seen multiple times today.
Same one every single game. They keep swapping. Blank will get his first camp. MLXG already killed the Grump, so he's slightly faster on first clear. Good idea to stop that Elise very, very early on. Uzi now needs to just keep lining the poke. He's missing a few of the very easy Mystic shots.
And Uzi's the man that I'm looking at this game to step up. This is the man that joined Royal Never Give Up after MSI, who was meant to take RNG to the promised land, you know, take them all the way.
I mean, if you have confidence in any 2 players historically, Uzi and Mata, pairing them together should be a recipe for success and disaster for everyone else. And he is due an Uzi game. I mean, 1 in every 3 we say. Last 2 has definitely not been Uzi games.
We know he has a good start here. We've seen it every game as well. Karma pushing early. Aurelion Soul will also push in Malzahar very early on, meaning you can look to try and contest enemy buffs, but in this situation, MLXG is not here. He's on his own red buff. That means blue buff will go over to SKT, and more trading in bottom lane.
Well, more trading indeed. Exhaust goes down onto Bang. Minion blocks at least one of those Mystic shots. So Exhaust missing for Mata. We jump up into the top lane. Lightning rush away for Looper. A lot of minions, so Duke realized he doesn't want that fight.
And you just have 3 pushing lanes for RNG very early. SKT wants to complete like 1 full item, or at least get very close to the 1 full item before they really want to start taking over.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage! Wolf is in trouble! Summoner heal's already been used! A flash from Uzi! First blood! Uzi and Royal!
And Uzi and Mata come up huge. You said that they had to be able to execute on the knife's edge. They pick up first blood.
Using the power of Ezreal Karma and the early levels, and this really is one of the beautiful things about this meta without any lane swaps. You get to see that 2v2 laning again and again and again between some of the absolute best players in the world. Let's see what happens. Everyone has summoners except for Mata without exhaust. Wolf takes so much damage, and then the flash when it's already too late. Once that last auto already hit him, Uzi could just follow with his flash and finish him off.
The gigantic target in the bottom lane. Uzi and Mata missing their flashes. Wolf, no flash either. And Xiaohu hoping to become Xiaohuhi on this Ace Soul. Looper's going to be able to dash away. Equilibrium Strike. Not going to get channeled because I think Duke was stunned up, in fact. And he comes away worse for wear in the trade.
And actually good mirroring from MLXG this time. He read the gank. He actually gives some top lane security. Was able to come through lane if anything really did go awry there. And with a pushing mid lane, they really don't have to worry about this Aurelion Soul anymore. Xiaohu should be completely fine. He's already got his first back end. They're giving him over a blue buff. This should be a nullified lane if I've ever seen one into a lot of side lane control.
Moving already to top lane. MLXG prep this gank by putting down an early pick ward, so he knows he's not warded in the river by Duke. In the end, they have to go back, though, and we get to see Aurelion Sol win the lane early. Again, Malzahar is by no means like a counter pick to Aurelion Sol. It's just the silence, really, you have against, and then later, you have that ulti to set up a gank and keep Aurelion Sol in place. But Aurelion Sol will always be able to push early and get the advantage.
It's the second time we've seen Xiaohu leave that lane. Not really finding anything. Got himself that Dark Seal. Will be trading with Faker. Neither of them have their ultimates just yet. Star Surge connects onto Faker, but actually, Malefic Visions plus those Voidlings means Xiaohu loses the trade. He's now got access to Voice of Light. Good chunk onto Wolf. But I think he got the ward there and has managed to back out. Bang, by the way, is going for the Goro build. He's got as many swords as he has bullets in his gun.
And as of right now, RNG should be pretty happy with this early game, but they want more.
Yeah, they do indeed. Wolf is the target. No flash, remember. Needs to get rooted. Here comes a comment of legend. Voice of Light! Xiaohu kills Wolf!
It is so fun to see Aurelion Sol just leave the lane, roam all the way down. Easy setup for RNG, catching out Wolf without the flash. Faker is sitting in the bush hiding. Not able to one-shot anyone at this point as a Malzahar. He needs way more items. And RNG will keep having the pressure early on at the 3 pushing lanes. And they need to keep snowballing this advantage.
But this is what they need to do. They need to play calculated. 2 members moving down towards it. Marta calls out the target without flash. Overall, this is pretty much the perfect setup, and it's not over-aggressive. That's why it's great to see.
Easily secured. Second kill for RNG. 1 for Uzi, 1 for Xiaohu. While that replay was going on, or rather while the fight was going on, Looper and Duke also traded blows, both of whom used their ultimates. Looper marginally ahead in CS, I think, as you expect in that matchup. And very early boots picked up for Xiaohu. He's gone for those Merc Treads, along with that Dark Seal.
We just have to go back to that gank. A little bit of disrespect, honestly, from the bottom lane of SKT. They actually saw Xiaohu leave the mid lane, and he was spotted on this ward you see right behind the Dragon Pit. Pinged by rest of SKT. Yet they stayed in fort. Marta getting caught.
A lot of damage indeed. No flash available, but the root, I think, caught out Bang. Prevents him to chase further forward. Dancing grenade dances onto Marta. And he's going low.
You Danish now?
Yeah, just a little bit.
You got the potato in your mouth?
Trading back and forth. Uzi's got access to True Shot Barrage. Bang. Very, very close to that curtain call. Marta's going to be careful, because a couple shots could result in him going down.
Same thing again, though. You get a few attack damage items on the Jhin.
There we go. Curtain call is fired. 1 and 2. Uzi's body blocking the 3rd and the 4th shot. Summon a heal used just in case.
But again, Jhin taking over the lane more and more once you have some AD under your belt. Tier doesn't help Uzi at this point. It's gonna get pushed in by SKT, and now it's all about Aurelion Sol and if he can roam again.
And it actually looked like Uzi was just refusing to leave lane with that heal. He wanted to stay topped off, so he's not in dive range, and they can still allow him to get some farm. Now going for mid lane gang.
They are Comment of Legend. Gonna get cancelled. Voice of Light flashed away from. Faker did not want to get CC'd.
And let's just highlight how Xiaohu is setting all these plays up. He leaves the mid lane every time. So he goes into the river where there's no vision, and then he starts using his tools here to kind of get behind SKT. There he tries to sneak behind Faker by first being out of vision. Faker doesn't know if he's going to the bottom lane, if he's going to the jungle, if he's going back to mid lane. He actually doesn't know. And then Aurelion Sol can just show up and surprise you and force another summoner.
It's a 1,000 gold lead as we're getting closer to 10 minutes. Towers slowly being chipped away from, not quite as drastically as we saw earlier in the series. But I think a lot of credit to RNG. They've made adjustments to their pick and ban. They've got no room for error, and they are playing proactively. You know, they are making the ganks. They are moving to multiple lanes, and they've got themselves the type of advantage which actually has led to wins for both teams.
Yes.
When they've got early game leads.
Certainly has. However, this is what the team comp is designed to do, and you have to say one more time, the Malzahar pick in particular is just meant to stall it out. So looking to weather the storm, and RNG need to make sure that is not the case.
Looper gets jumped on. Cocoon flashed away from. Looper respecting the potential.
And I want to see some of these newly bought pink wards here from RNG placed in that river. literally set up 2 pink wards on either side of the river and just allow the Aurelion Soul to go to both sides, unspotted. Just allow Xiaohu to leave lane and constantly put pressure, because it's always like, it's the implication that, oh, Aurelion Soul could go bottom lane, could go top lane whenever he leaves that mid lane. If you don't have vision in the river, you're gonna have to play passive every single time. So I want to see these pink walls being placed at least in the river a bit aggressively and actually set up more roams, because you want to keep playing aggressive as RNG. You want to keep setting up tower dives.
And that's the whole point of the composition. You have a look at the Lee Sin, you have a look at the Aurelion Soul, and the fact that bottom lane is playing up and continuing to burn flashes. You want to move into the river enough times that you can pull the trigger on that big play, get the first blood turret gold again, as you did in game number 1, and open up that map.
Talking about first blood turret gold, Uzi's got himself Manamune already. Wow. Point blank, or rather single target. True shot barrage means Bang gets chunked down. And taking control of that lane again. Bang and Wolf, despite giving up a kill, they were sort of, you know, dictating the tempo of the lane. Got returned. Ocean Drake is available, but not really super worth investing for, because RNG have got pretty good lanes that are going in their favor.
It's also one of the first times we see Ezreal get early kills in this lane setup and actually get quicker towards his first item. This is one of the roams we talk about past the pink ward in the river. There is another ward placed very smart here by SKT just outside of the pink ward vision. That ward also spots the Aurelion Soul roaming, and now they can try and respond in bottom lane.
Mata saw the ward going down, so knew that Blank was around, or rather a threat was around. Even though he gets caught by the cocoon, nothing further happens. Bang and Wolf, they get a reprieve from the action.
It all started with, again, that little ward just north of the mid lane, near that tri-bush, or sorry, near the pixel bush. Spotted Aurelion Soul, and then they tried to do something bottom lane. Baron is the, not started, it's the dragon, and they're not going to kill the dragon.
Well, not this time around. Xiaohu had already made his way down to the pit, interrupted it. Blank hanging around the mid lane. But all that's going on, this could be the fight. Star Surge is sidestepped. Xiaohu could be the target. Call of the Void, Nether Grasp is caught. Cocoon as well. Slicing Maelstrom. SKT are on the board. They trade 1 for 1. Make that 2 for 1. MLXG's running for his life. Voidlings, Spiderlings, Spiders, Poison. Everything is burning him down. But Blank cannot chase further. It's a 1 for 2.
But that is a big investment. They send Looper down there looking for another roaming play, and it does not come up. Actually, a 2 for 1.
Oh, Bang gets the crit through the exhaust.
Ouch.
That one hurt.
Yeah, Mata did not expect that much damage with the exhaust up, and suddenly SKT pick up a lot of kills. This was actually RNG who started the play in mid lane. They roamed Looper down because Faker had no flash. Destroys the passive, misses the stun, and now Xiao gets on the tower, gets locked down. 2 CCs landing, he dies. Yes, Faker goes down in the end, but there's 2 guys dying with him.
Oh, it's not done yet. Uzi actually was caught by the exhaust. Forced to run away, and all that positive goodwill and advantage has been equalized. SKT close the gold and get the dragon.
And a couple of little communication errors. I mean, Kennen has to be much quicker on that ultimate to break. The ultimate is going to come out of Faker, because you are expecting the turnaround to come at some point, and it looked like they were trying to save cooldowns in a situation where they didn't have to.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like once the stun missed from Xiaohu, they're like, oh, okay. One guy's like, we're not going for it. The other guy's, no, we're definitely going for it. And then suddenly, you don't coordinate it properly. There was no flash for Looper either, so there was really no escape plan. It was like going for the kill. Once you miss the stun, are we still going for it? And can we actually get the kill and get out? Clearly not.
That means that RNG give up more kills where they didn't need to. MLXG snuck his way up into this top lane. Blank is going to be a little bit late, jumping into the middle. Stun does connect onto Faker. Celestial Expansion burning him down. Voice of Light. Celestial Expansion. Nether Grasp locks down Xiaohu. Here comes Wolf. No flash available. Malefic Visions is burning away. Faker and Xiaohu escape with their lives.
And this is the difference between the 2 teams. They didn't know where the Lee Sin is, so they don't go for the play. Now maybe onto Looper.
Looper's in trouble. Cocoon, but he gets off the Slicing Maelstrom. There's so much damage. Oh, he got bounced forward. MLXG. He's still
Oh my god,
What
MLXG!
on earth was that?
And they tapped him on the shoulder, and MLXG has come to this 4th game to play. He comes up huge.
That was so huge. Everything looked terrible. Looper would have died.
We have to see a replay. The spicy hot pot shows up, gets the kill, gets tower first blood as well.
These are the kind of plays that can win you a game, because that looked so risky at first. Let's see it again. Duke and Blank together. Jump onto Looper, gets the stun, follow Cocoon, it's a lot of damage, and he's so low now. But then look at the kick. MLXG just repositions, gets the kick off, and then safeguards Looper right after, and keeps him alive.
Unbelievable! We said 5 million hours ago, some of the best individual players are on the side of RNG and in this entire matchup. And the decision-making to reposition for the kick, MLXG breathes another breath of life into RNG.
And I mean, that's just an instinctive play that you have to come up huge because otherwise your team is going to go down. And he's able to do it.
Oh, a lot of people bottom lane from SKT here.
Mata and Uzi in trouble. Mata gets rooted down. That's a kill. Stranglethorns won't catch Uzi. Safeguard will keep Uzi alive for a few seconds longer. Sonic Wave goes up. No! The poison killed him down. The shield wasn't enough. They don't get any reply back. Xiaohu's rooted in place. Locked down by Nethergrass. And RNG are now caught out. Voice of Light goes out. A flash over the wall from Wolf. Slicing Maelstrom. Lupus looking to kill people, but he's been silenced. He can't use the surge. Proto belts out. They kill Wolf, but that's not enough. MLXG needs to ward hop to safety. I think that ends up in a 1 for 3.
And they're flirting with the danger there. It was a 1 for 4, I believe, and they're still not done.
No, they're not. MLXG's the target. He tries to dash the Duke, unable to make it, and that is a delayed ace for SKT.
And just when we had such a great individual play in the top lane, SKT says this is not about individual players, this is a team game. They walk bot lane with all 5 members. They have a big numbers advantage. Look at your minimap, guys. There are 4 members from SKT here already and a teleport, while Kennen and Aurelion Sol are not even nearby. Uzi even dies because of the spider exploding in his face.
And you have a look at this. This is one of those team fights where you can turn on a dive. They look for the play. Big kick one more time. If that's where Lupa goes, you can maybe look to win it, but miscommunications, good silences out of Faker, and they're just able to stick with the play. SKT have some great players in their own right, and they take it to RNG there.
Faker hits every single call of the Void. And RNG, go ham or go home. Maybe it's go ham, then go home. That's the playstyle they've opted into, and they're now down 1,000 goals.
But hey, if you're RNG, you are much happier with how this early game has gone. You've continually asked the question, if SKT proves to be the better team at this style of play, hats off to them. However, they're right now playing in RNG's wheelhouse, and they are looking comfortable.
And that's really the awesome thing here, like the in-game communication. When so many fights are happening, you lose some there, you make a mistake, maybe you give up a few kills, you keep it calm, and you're like, okay, next play. Well, clearly SKT were like, bot lane is open. We can roam first with our mid laner. Our jungle is already there. Go straight for the dive. And it happens right after a big play top of the Lost Tower. Now we're going to get another gank.
Proto belt forward. Duke's going to dash to a minion. Looks to taxi away. Got support coming up from the river. Blank's going to make his way up. Dragon's Rage kick sends Duke away. Cocoon from Blank needs to find a target. Get next onto Lupa. He's silenced. MLXG locked down by the Nethergrass. He dashes away. Here comes Xiaohu. Voice of Light is still available for the fight. Not going to get locked in place by Bang, and SKT get another kill.
They're starting to heat up, actually, SKT. They have RNG covered. Get the rotation. They're going to pick up the 3rd outer turret of the game.
Uncontested. Now that they've pushed away Lupa and SKT, they push that lead even further.
Blank continues this trend where during the regular season, he looks weak. People question a lot of things he's doing, but when he really needs to show up in the important games, especially in best of 5s, he's had some really, really good games today. Great Elise play so far. And he's looking for more, sneaking after the dragon.
They're actually going to continue the pursuit. This is where, you know, they can start looking towards stacking up those dragons again.
But they keep getting Oceans and Cloud Drakes.
Everything's the same when you get the Elder. Right? That doesn't matter. They've already shown what they can do with 4. And honestly, it's just beautiful to watch SKT, you know, actually fight back with fire in this game.
Exactly. They're not sitting back and just wave playing. No, they're constantly looking for the next play. They're always talking about what's going to happen in 30 seconds. What's going to happen in 1 minute. How are we going to set up that big play? How are we going to set up vision? It's really cool to see from SKT. And now you also have a much better composition at taking Baron compared to the poke comp they had earlier today. Because Malzahar puts up like 3 or 4 Voidlings. They tank the Baron for you. And you can burn that down even without a Mountain Drake.
Malzahar, Zyra. This is one of the quickest Baron taking teams you can like put together.
Elise as well, why not?
Regardless of, you know, whatever Drake you get. So looking at it, they have so many opportunities. Aurelia also with maximum cooldown reduction, which is she is getting towards Duke there, is one of the few top laners that is going to be able to stick with the blue Ezreal and look to chunk him out. Everything in the mid-game team fight looks to be in SKT's favor.
Lupa needs to find a target with that slicing Maelstrom. 20 minutes have gone by. An SKT lead in kills, in towers, in dragons, in gold, in wards on the map as well. Vision deep inside RNG's jungle. And it feels like Uzi just keeps throwing out those true shot barrages for scouting missions over and over again.
But do you hit that slow point of the game now where all outer turrets are gone, no dragon is alive, and it's only Baron, but we're 21 minutes in, so going for that Baron is fairly risky. So this is definitely where it's okay to give it a few minutes if you're SKT. Start setting up Vision and look for picks,
Well,
like they're doing here.
Into the curtain call, every single shot connects! Bangs on a killing spree.
And that's just the best you can hope for, because SKT were getting into that jungle set of wards. If you then find the enemy jungler as well, take the free kill. You deserve it. And this is where now SKT can start baiting in the river.
Oh, another cocoon. Xiaohu is silenced. He's rooted. Uses the QSS, which he's purchased already, and backs away. Not on cooldown though, or is on cooldown. So Faker, once he gets that Nethergrass back up, could look to lock him down. While all this is going on, Lupa and Duke, they're going toe-to-toe down bottom.
And look at the threat out of this team comp now, because they have the winning split pusher. That unlocks Baron. They have the damage and the ability to be able to take it down. No ability left to face check. RNG must know that this is going on, but what do you honestly do?
Shot barrage is
Come
going
in
to
and stop them.
They're going to stop. Teleport actually coming in from Lupa. Mata's down. He's already down before the fight begins. Defensive flash away from Xiaohu, and Duke is looking for Uzi. Going to stick to blue build Ezreal. Stuns him up with Equilibrium Strike. Flash and Arcane Shift, and heal still available. Summon a heal used. Duke uses the Raptors to go away. MLXG gets rid. They've killed Faker on the back end. This is a 1-for-1 fight, and everybody's summoners are blown.
And RNG right now is just thanking MLXG time and time again, because honestly, he is pretty much winning and losing the game at the same time. To go 1-for-1 here, where... Ooh.
That was close. Cocoon and grasping roots. Lupa's looking for more. Stuns up Wolf, forced a Protobelt away. Celestial Expansion's ticking away, ticking away. Blank's getting chunked. He gets away from the Star Surge.
There's never a pause in this game. There's always some fight going on.
The heart can't take it.
My voice can't take it. It's already starting to
It's
struggle.
fine. We can swap in another play-by-play.
That works for me. And this is Mata just getting Goomba stopped.
Yeah, they want to go in and stop the Baron. You can see the Voidlings and plants are just tanking the Baron. They feel like they have to go in to try and stop it. Can't give away Baron this early on in the game. And because it becomes this mess of a fight now where members are, you know, behind enemy lines, hiding. At camps, Lupa's gonna flash over, surprise Faker, and actually kill him.
That's really nicely played, though. For a little split skirmish, 2v2, to come up trumps like that.
I mean, we have so many nice skirmishes in this game. This mechanics being tested left and right.
SKT opted into the madness of that fight, got pulled across multiple directions, and it ended up going more even than maybe you would have expected. Martin and MLXG, they're looking for a play. They've jumped onto Wolf, flash for flash. True Shot Barrage even thrown across to try and tag him.
Now, there's definitely still a big chance for RNG to win teamfights, despite being down 4k gold. I think later on it gets even harder in this game. Aurelion Sol, when it comes to like scaling and late game, really needs to be ahead to be that impactful in teamfights. But he is getting towards his Rylai's. Once he gets that one item completed for himself, they can actually look to win some fights. But it's a very short window, and if SKT gets Baron, it might be game over.
And the LPL teams do like to talk about Aurelion's Sol's control that he brings to a game. Not necessarily the raw damage output, but the fact that you're always able to stay up in that front line, you have the slow field, and it keeps Uzi safe. So that's what you have to look for. Not necessarily the damage numbers, but if Uzi can hit those skill shots, then they can still look for the late game team fight.
And that's what Xiaohu and Uzi have to do. They've got no more room for error. Sonic Wave onto Faker, followed to the resonating strike. The kick comes out. Faker is exhausted. He's going to go down shortly. The damage comes out. It's Mata that secures it, I believe, with the Ignite. Now Xiaohu's running for his life. The exhaust will take him down. Curtain call tags Mata. MLXG on the back end. There goes Duke. Uzi was zoned away. Mata's down. 3 kills for SKT.
That was actually a nice setup by MLXG. He managed to tack the Sonic Wave onto Faker, destroyed the passive, then followed it and kicked Faker back because there was no flash on the Malzahar. Problem is, the rest of SKT were already there, and the one guy who was missing, well, that was Duke, and he was busy taking down Uzi.
And that means it's actually going to open up the Baron play, the one play that RNG wanted to stall out, did not want to give the opportunity for opportunistic, but you have to say that the SKT line.
Wait, why are you back? Oh, they went for Faker, they went for Faker. Don't worry, wait for Faker.
That's
amazing.
Real shot calling. That's the power of a shot caller right there.
That is amazing. 5-man Baron.
Well, when you've been the best player in the world for many, many years, you get certain perks. Like, hey, don't kill that Baron before I'm alive. It's only 5 seconds. That's a replay from 4. Really good play by MLXG, and Faker tries to ulti the Lee Sin just before he kicks it back. Sadly for him, not in time, and he does go down, but the rest of the team can follow.
And this is the thing, you see Aurelia on the back end of the team fight looking for the big flank. Uzi's been chunked out, and then Duke just gets reset after reset and is able to dance around everyone as you want to be able to do on Aurelia, and this is what happens when she hits that mid-game spike. She is not yet late game where she begins to fall off.
Yeah, that's kind of the important thing. We highlighted earlier how RNG were winning every lane early on, and they were pushing every lane. The problem for RNG was when they gave away 3 kills to SKT, it kind of evened out that advantage. And SKT, once they got out of the laning phase, got 1 or 2 items completed, have just been able to take over the game and win fight after fight. It really got past her early start against the Kennen. Malzahar got to 2 or 3 items, and he's a monster now.
And you can just see it is not good enough to win early game versus this team. You have to be able to win multiple stages. You have to be able to close them out and play consistent League of Legends.
You can't make mistakes. Get the advantage, keep the advantage, don't hand it back.
How on earth do you look to play against SKT? They've played slow, they've played fast, they've played aggressive. And that's just in this series. SK Telecom are moments or minutes away from guaranteeing their flight to New York City and joining another Korean squad in the semi-finals. Bang's flashed away. GLP is used to slow him down. Very good star search. Bang's still alive for a few seconds.
Oh!
Bang gets one back. They trade 1 for 1. The rest of RNG now have got to peel away. Faker's pushing down in the bottom lane. He gets the tower.
And this is the problem when you don't actually get a big advantage for it. When you allow the side lanes to continue to spill over, it just means even though it's a 1 for 1, you're still losing out on overall map pressure.
Everywhere. Duke's going to take a tower top. The rest of the team gets a tower middle. And that's number 5 falling over. Duke makes it number 6. There are no outer turrets remaining.
And once again, you just have to look at SKT and honestly be scared for everyone else right now, because you give them anything and they are the masters at punishing.
They are indeed. MLXG's looking for Faker, gets the kick backwards. Uzi's getting the damage. Very good call of the void. That silences everybody. Slicing Maelstrom just for Duke. He moves towards Faker, gets the stun, but it's MLXG that's down. Duke is running amok. Uzi's running out of mana, and Lupa goes down. Xiaohu, Uzi, and Mata left standing against 5 members of SKT.
RNG is trying again to look for the fights. They're trying to fight their way back in this game, but sadly for them, SKT is simply outplaying them and have a massive advantage at this point. Every single member is ahead in gold. And RNG, they have to pull off a miracle.
They certainly do, and you see one more time, they're looking for the play. They speed him up, sending him, get the kick one more time to break the ultimate because it's buffered. Unfortunately, however, Lupa's not able to get access to that backline. The disciplined play out of SKT, and Duke is just way too big.
Royal never give up. Look to be leaving Worlds 2016 the way they came in.
Guns blazing, and you know, they're a polarizing team. People are going to say, you know, this is sloppy League of Legends, but really backs against the wall. They want to decide to fight, and SKT is just proving to be the better, more composed lineup in that regard.
Yeah, ignore a few of their mistakes. Maybe to actually, let's see, Blank
is in a lot of trouble. Support coming from multiple sides. Blank buys enough time with the rappel. Mata's rooted down. Blank manages to flash into the pit. Should go down. Survives the voice of light. Sidesteps. Now all of a sudden RNG are rooted. This is going to get messy. Duke's got 1, 2, looking for a third. Not going to be enough because Fake has got himself a double. Mata throws up the RNG flag, but it's a dying flag. Royal are aced.
And that is exactly what we're talking about. Another engage, but good, scrappy team fighting, and SKT come out on top.
SK Telecom have got 30 seconds to destroy the Nexus. They're going to tank it up with Spiderlings, with Voidlings. The Nexus is down. The turret will fall out shortly. And SK Telecom advance to the semi-final at Worlds.
And we get to see it again. SKT just have so few weaknesses you can exploit. Early game, they're strong. Mid game, they're fantastic. Late game, they're even greater. Individual players showing up big time. You point at someone like Blank, being like, oh, underperforming jungler. But then in the best of series, he had 0 issues once he got subbed in. And that really makes it so hard to beat SKT.
And even playstyle that you criticize is their bottom lane, it's passive. Maybe you can exploit that.